In this video, I'm going to share 10 gardening tips that I wish somebody had shared with me when I started my first vegetable garden. So for all you beginner gardeners out there, we really hope this video is useful. And if you're a more experienced gardener watching this, I'm sure you'll already know that with growing and gardening, the learning never actually stops. So there might well still be something useful in here for you too. And please feel free to add your own top tips and words of wisdom in the comments down below to help make this a really interactive and useful space for us all to share. Okay, let's get into it. Here's the top 10 tips that you need to know. Tip number 1 is to start small for your first year or two, so you can care for what you're growing really well, and that will hopefully avoid additional losses, which can be really disheartening when you're first starting out with gardening. Losses will and do happen, but if you keep your garden manageable for your time and give yourself time to learn, I feel that this will increase your level of success. Tip number 2 is start with vegetables that you know you like. Now this may sound obvious, but there are so many exciting and exotic seeds to choose from out there. It can be really tempting to get carried away and to try lots of new things. And there will be time for that in the future. But whilst you're getting the hang of growing, I feel it's really important to keep it simple and keep it with things that you know you like to eat. Number 3 flows on from my last tip, and this one is grow vegetables that you know you actually like to cook with or use fresh. So sticking to staples like potatoes, carrots, salad leaves and herbs that you know you use the most is a really good idea. So for me, I'd grow basil, parsley and rosemary, as they're the herbs that I use the most. Like me, you might know that you like to use kohlrabi occasionally for stir fries or grated into coleslaw, but how frequently will you really use it? So instead, think about things that you would normally buy in the supermarket and see if some of those things you can grow relatively easily. Tip number 4 is about high usage veg and packaging. Salads and greens often come in a lot of plastic packaging, so I always recommend new growers to include these in their gardens if it is something that you use. Salad leaves and leafy greens are actually really easy to grow. And for best value and space efficiency, try growing cut and come again varieties, as you'll get multiple harvests from these, instead of just one singular harvest if you grow something like iceberg lettuce or Savoy cabbage. And cabbages also take up a lot of space for that one harvest. If you grow just a couple of plants of kale and cut and come again salads, you will have all the greens that you need all year round. My favourite varieties of kale are Cavolo Nero or black kale, which grows like a beautiful palm tree, and Taunton Dean, which is this one here, and this is a perennial kale. Or if you need something which is a bit more space saving, then dwarf curly kale is also really good. If you're growing in pots or raised beds, be sure that you make them and fill them deep enough. Most plants like deep roots, and deep roots equals strong plants. And bigger pots and bodies of soil will also retain moisture more easily, which also helps a lot. Trying to grow in not enough soil is probably the most common mistake that I see beginner gardeners making. These Veggies raised beds that we have got here have been absolutely brilliant. This has been our first experience with raised bed gardening, and we are getting on really well with these lovely beds. If you'd like to find out more about these, I will drop a link in the comments and in the video description. Berry bushes are great perennial plants to get started with. And perennial means that they come back every year. Berry bushes will often give rewarding harvests by year 2, which is much earlier than fruit trees will. And with a bit of good care, berry bushes can also be grown in pots if you're limited on ground space as well. Tip number 7 is to start making your own compost as soon as possible, if that is possible for you. Even if you can only make enough to add to bought-in compost to give it a nutrient boost, or just to top dress some of your hungriest plants, homemade compost is always far superior to anything that you can buy. And there's lots of different options that you can look into to suit your composting needs. We built this 4-bay composting system from pallet wood for completely free, and it works really well. And there's lots of other smaller options that you can look into as well, like the black Daleks, or like this amazing tumbling composter. If you need a bulk amount of compost when you're getting started, see if you can source a green waste or municipal waste site nearby. It will be a lot cheaper buying compost here than buying bag after bag from your local hardware store, which will also save on a lot of plastic too, as green waste compost can often be delivered in reusable ton bags. And if you are filling raised beds for the first time, they will always take a lot more compost than you think they are going to need. If you have space for fruit trees, get them planted ASAP, as they will be 3 to 5 years before they reach full production. So this is a long game, but a really valuable one. Think carefully about where you place these fruit trees and where they may cast shade as they reach full size. So make sure you plan your garden for your long-term requirements. And on the note of planning, tip number 10 is that the positioning of your vegetable garden is probably the most important key to success. Most fruits and vegetables require full sun to grow well, so avoid planting your vegetable garden under the shade of a big old tree or at the shady side of your house. Take time to observe where the sunniest spot is in your garden or growing space, and that is where you would like to put your vegetable patch. And I've got one bonus tip for you, and that is to remember to have fun and enjoy the learning process. There will be mistakes and losses along the way, and environmental factors that you just can't change. But we still find our best learning comes from the mishaps. We hope you've enjoyed this video today, and we hope that you've got something from it. Don't forget to drop your top tips and words of wisdom into the comments down below for us all to share. If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, as this really helps to get our videos seen by more beautiful people like you. If you've got any questions, you can pop those in the comments as well, and we will do our best to answer them. Thank you so much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you here again soon. Peace and plants!